I'm going to tell you how I look at this. All right, they signed Ojulari. So this is right now their defensive end allotment is Ojulari, Uche, new signings. Now you got Huff, Smith, and Hunt on the team already. I don't know. Is that good enough? Listen, it seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, that Howie Roseman is looking at this free agent season like, I see a guy out there. Let's give it a shot. Now, there's a difference between giving it a shot and knowing that these guys are really going to contribute. It seems to me that everybody they have signed in the offseason is a finger crosser. Take a shot maybe. And I don't know if that's the way to do business. I'm not that comfortable, frankly, with it. Like, where does Ojulari come from out of the blue? Was he listening to people say, well, they're not quite deep enough at the edge rusher, so who's out there? Oh, this Ojulari's out there. Oh, he's a young guy. Let's try to get him. I don't know. Let's. I remember talking about this 2 days ago, and I was going over the list of free agents. And, Bill, I presented Ojulari to you, and I think you went, And to me, this is, every guy that they've brought in is so I'm wondering whether Eagle fans are seeing the forest through the trees. They are trust. They have an inherent trust right now in anything the Eagles do because they're this wonderful organization that just won a Super Bowl. They get a brilliant general manager, so everything that he does is going to work out. And I reserve the right to remain skeptical. It's not that they're a bad team. They're going to be a good team. I know they've got a core, and the core supersedes all these other guys they're bringing in and maybe all the other guys they lost. But still, if you're talking about winning the whole thing, winning a championship, I don't know. I just feel some kind of a drop-off with what the Eagles are going to do next year. Now, I hope I'm wrong, and I know there are people out there that say, well, you got to be negative. Trust me when I tell you that I'm not being negative. I go by feel, right? I don't want to wake up in the morning and be negative. I just go by feel. I go, wow, I'm overly satisfied or I'm underwhelmed. And right now I am underwhelmed. So Bill and Ray, who are with us today, as usual, on the Mike Missanelli Show, well, what's going on? Am I half-cocked?
Well, you are, but maybe not for this one. So, look, you got to look at where the Eagles are right now in terms of their salary cap and what contracts are still due down the line. We know they're going to extend Cam Jurgens. We know they're going to extend Reed Blankenship. And then you know what they have to deal with next offseason. So it wasn't as if they could go out there and take these big swings in free agency. And quite frankly, I don't know if there was any big free agents for them to even take those big swings. Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, who they lost, got two of the biggest contracts from free agents this offseason. It was a very light free agent pool. So I'm not getting overly excited about the moves, signing Josh Uche or signing Azeez Ojulari, but I like the low-risk, high-reward move that they made. It wasn't like they went and overpaid Ojulari. You give him a one-year, $4 million deal. He's still only 24 years old. He'll be 25 in June. He has 22 sacks in only 46 games. His issue, and the reason he probably didn't get a big deal from another team, isn't because of his skills. It's because he hasn't been able to stay on the field. After he played 17 games as a rookie, he's only played 7, 11, and 11. He's battled injuries really going all the way back to high school. He tore his ACL before Georgia. And then when he got to the NFL, he's battled calf injuries, ankle injuries, hamstring, a big toe, ligament strain. But if he can stay healthy, the kid has shown a talent of getting after the quarterback. So I know it's a little bit of but at the same time, there is that high reward that you're getting with him, you're getting with Uche. And we've seen this before, though, Mike. Zach Bond was one of these low-risk moves. Even Chris Long, I'm going back to another Super Bowl season. It was kind of, he was a veteran. What are you getting on a one-year deal? He turned out to perform. Patrick Robinson that year turned out to perform. Before they went to the Super Bowl in Super Bowl 57, James Bradbury was kind of turned out to have an all-pro season that year. I know the year after he fell off a cliff. So I get it. I'm not saying that people should be waving their pom-poms here saying the Eagles are going to repeat, but these are solid low-risk moves that I'm behind in light of the free agent pool and where they stand with their salary cap.
All right. So in other words, you're satisfied more than you are underwhelmed.
Correct, because, again, you have two factors. Light free agent pool, not that much cap space, and you factor in we got to extend Cam Jurgens, you got to extend Reed Blankenship, we have to make a decision on Jordan Davis's fifth-year option and then probably try to extend him, and then you know what's coming down the pike next offseason. So I think they're being very prudent and frugal in what they're doing, and you're still putting guys on the field. Look, you don't need Uche and Ojulari to both be studs. You don't need to hit on both of them. But if you hit on one, now you're looking pretty good because you got Nolan Smith coming back. You got Jalix Hunt coming back. And let's say it's Ojulari, but Uche doesn't work out. That's three guys that can get after the quarterback. So I like what they're doing. And Jeff McClain was on the morning show this morning, said he doesn't think they're done at edge rusher. It's a long offseason.
They got 5 guys now.
Well, there's some rumors that they're going to try to trade Bryce Huff. Now, okay. I don't know who would take that contract. But Bryce Huff was a guy in New York who showed he could get after the quarterback when he was with the Jets. For whatever reason, didn't work out here. I think he was getting used to the scheme. But, yeah, you're right. They got 5 guys. Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari, and now Bryce Huff, if he's still here.
All right. I got that going with me today. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's going to work out. To think all these guys are going to work out. Like one guy could work out, and I don't know if that's enough. But we'll talk about it today because I know a lot of people want to be optimistic about it. It's not like I'm pessimistic. I'm just a little underwhelmed. When I'm underwhelmed. I can't hide it.
No, it's understandable, especially when you factor in the offseason that Howie gave us last year, where literally on the first day of free agency, it's, Bryce Huff, who we all had high hopes for, Saquon Barkley. Yeah. And then you find out, Zach Bond, not a huge move, but they brought in big names. Devin White, right? Everyone was excited about Devin White. I actually was not one of those who was excited. I did preach some caution with the people who were excited, but they brought in big names last offseason. So now this offseason, I can understand, people probably are, who? Who's Josh Uche? Who's Azeez Ojulari?
Yeah.
Who's Harrison Bryant? You got to look these guys up, but maybe they're going to be solid moves on a team that does have a ton of stars already.
All right. The other newsworthy thing that may happen today is that Brandon Graham has a presser, and he's probably going to have retirement. Right?
No, has not been announced.
Oh, it has not been announced? Oh, I thought he was having a press conference.
No, we've heard some rumblings.
Oh, there's some rumblings,
but that's not been confirmed yet.
Oh,
yeah. Did you see Ray's eyes when you started to talk?
Yeah, Ray went. He got wide-eyed. He went, he explained. Well, all right. Well, if he does, then I assume it's to announce a retirement, and we'll hold on to that thought. But it started to trigger a thought in my head about all-time Eagles. Now, if you don't make Saquon, Hurts, A.J. Brown eligible for this list, Brandon Graham would be on it as a top 10 all-time Eagle, right?
I would think so. I mean, in light of the amount of games he's played, which is franchise record, the biggest play that all of us remember, winning the first Super Bowl in franchise history with the strip sack of Tom Brady.
Okay.
And how he's been how many years now? We talking 15, 16 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a staple of this franchise.
So I want you down to the break, both of yous, to compile a list of top 10 Eagles and rank them in order.
In terms of what, though?
In terms of all-time Eagles. It's a very vague concept, but all-time Eagles. The ones that have performed the best as an Eagle. And you can't put the modern guys in there because they haven't been there that long. So no Hurts, no Saquon, no A.J. Brown. If you take those guys out, give me your list of all-time Eagles. I don't think it'll be very difficult. No, but I want to know where you would put Brandon Graham on the list. So here's how you get in. And also, today, when you call, you're going to get an NCAA tournament team here, which I call the elitist pool. These are the top 9 seeds in the bracket and a ticket that says the field. So if anything outside the 9 seed wins the whole thing or gets to the Final Four, you get a gift card, a restaurant gift card. Simple. You call, you get a team. You call with some substance, you get a team. You may get a number 1 seed.
There's still a lot of 1 seeds available.
Still 1 seeds available. There are 3 1 seeds available still, and 3 2 seeds available. Here's how you get in. 610-632-0975. It is the Mike Missanelli Show right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos, it's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.